Nicole know who she is. That's the reason why she's not with Ted. The problem is that that's supposed to be his so-called best friend.
But also, I
so
mean,
she had her eye on him all this time?
No, maybe not. Maybe she wants a little fling. Like, this is the thing. Like,
wow.
Sometimes a fling can be just a quick little fling. Like,
nah.
You know, that doesn't mean...
I made a lot of good points.
But I'm always going to be team woman. I'm always going to be team Nicole.
You can be team woman, but call her out for her bullshit.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Loving Them Gates, a Beyond the Gates weekly podcast where Brian H. Waters and Queen PR dissects the latest episodes of the new hit show Beyond the Gates. We'll break down all the plot twists, character arcs, and iconic moments with our unique perspectives and a whole lot of love.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah.
Shout out
Jonathan. Not called Skadeezy. Yeah. Yeah, like Skibbity. Skadeezy.
Wonderful theme music. Welcome back to Loving Them Gates. I'm Queen PR.
Brian H. Waters here.
And we are here for our weekly recap of the episodes. I want to say 139 and 143.
Hey, look. We recapped it last week.
Right, exactly. So here we go. I mean, things just keep getting spicier. And I want to start with something I was most excited for. And that is the aftermath of Dani and Bill.
Okay.
Seeing that they were going to kiss. A lot of people on Facebook thought it was going to be a dream sequence. As you know, I always wanted Dani and Bill to get back together. Mm-hmm. But they do kiss. It is genuine.
Yep.
So this is a part of everyone sort of reacting to Dani and Andre's marriage. So we all seen Bill showing a little bit of that jealousy in there. Were you surprised when he kissed Dani?
No, I wasn't surprised at all because I know deep down inside when the situation with Chelsea happened, you could feel the connection that Bill Hamilton and Dani Dupree had. You saw what happened and it regurgitated all of that. So I wasn't surprised at all. I was surprised at the fact that it took so long. Mm-hmm. We saw them kiss each other before, and this was during the attempt to get Dani to stop trying to mess up the marriage. And then, I don't think it felt appropriate for it to happen during Chelsea's kidnapping. Yeah. But now, and I was like, now you see Dani, it's something hot about what you can't have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she probably looked more beautiful than him in years. And she was glowing.
And she's accepted the marriage for what it is. But I love how Dani reacted to Bill kissing her. She was like, you're only doing this to prove that you can still have me, to prove that I don't really belong to Andre. You want me to be stuck on you. Forever. Yep. And that really is how it be. Like, men are really that way. They don't appreciate what they have. He would have been happy with Dani being miserable, waiting for them to have some sort of spark for the rest of her life, as opposed to her finding happiness with someone. And not only just someone, but someone that is hotter. Some people feel that way. I don't feel that way. And younger.
I never thought I'd see the day you would choose light over dark.
I mean,
unless just not even your coffee.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not like you with the light skin coffee. Amen. But I was very surprised. I am surprised that I feel that way. But I like how Dani was like, no, like, don't try to front now. Like, you were just over here basically telling me that you didn't even want to be friends. Like, we were on our way to be friends and you didn't even want that. And all of a sudden you're all up in my face. He's telling her, like, you're the only one that understands me. It was you and me against the world when Chelsea was missing and blah, 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 blah. But again, where was all this energy before I randomly got married to Andre?
You saw the growth of Dani Dupree. When you think about going back to our deep dive episode, which we only just did in August, there has been so much growth of Dani Dupree then to now. And you saw what you, Queen PR, have been clamoring for. And that was for Dani to realize that she is HER. She is her. Mm-hmm. And that night, no matter how the marriage happened, right? They happened because they was drinking Bill and Ashley's. Mm-hmm. But even in that moment, she realized, I am the catch. I am the prize. So that's what made me happy about it.
Same.
But also how she kind of like checked Andre. Like, no, we're not going to have these lies. Even though we're married, we're still going to be friends, but we're still going to have this honesty. And yes, their marriage is different. You know, it might not be one of those, let me call it for what it is. It might not be one of those by the good book marriages, but it's a business friendship relationship. Like, okay, we're going to go, let's just stick in this while. Everybody want to be upset. We're not going to satisfy them. We gonna do us, and they're taking control of their lives.
And I appreciate that also, because me and you talk about it, I've talked about it on the show, like relationships are not black and white. You cannot fit them all in a box. Do I wish Andre and Dani got married? No, but do I appreciate them tackling it and it being non-traditional with the level of honesty? Because that is one thing that they do have that most relationships on the show don't have, and that's a friendship. And all of that. So speaking of, they came up with some rules for their marriage.
Talk about it.
One, it's okay to sleep with other people.
That's wild, but okay.
But if you think about it's taking a realistic approach on why they even ended up married. Drinking Bill and Ashley's, aka we are in love with other people. Like, you know, you have to kind of accept that at the core of their situations. Second rule, once one of them has had enough of the marriage, they must be honest and upfront because they still want to salvage their friendship. That's true. That's valid. So that also keeps it open where if Ashley does become single, and we all know, Andre, you're going to jump all over that for some reason. You know, that it's basically them giving each other the out. You know, if there are other situations, come to fruition. If
Von Hamilton comes, I know I'm still holding on to that.
I want that to happen so badly. And that was like one scene.
Him and Abby need to have some problems over down in Genoa City, up in Genoa City.
And this is Young and the Restless?
Yes.
Okay. It happened. So this third one I appreciate on Dani's part, and that is that Andre is required to give her 3 orgasms per week.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's happy. There's a level of understanding, and with open communication and honesty, they can possibly make this work.
But Andre is such a world-renowned photographer.
Here we go.
He may get tired. He may not have 3 of them.
I mean, I don't know.
Let me ask you this.
You might need to throw Ashley one of them.
Oh. See, here's the thing that I'm afraid of. What if their feelings just keep getting deeper? Because they have a friendship. And that friendship, which them sleeping together, where they have soul ties. And what if it keeps evolving, and then boom, you know? Because in my opinion, right, they can say all that. They can put these rules. If it's Ashley or Bill, the other one is going to feel a certain type of way. Because Andre, you can see it when Bill comes around. He never liked the fact that Dani was still into Bill. You know, even from a friendship standpoint, it's like, girl, you're better than that. And this man hurt you. But now it's like, you're my wife. Regardless of what, you're still my wife. You're my partner. You're my companion. And he's not going to like it if Bill becomes available, she goes back. She's not going to like it, even though she may act like it.
I think they'll get over that initial jealousy, but I think it's a win-win on their part, because if the feelings do grow and they have more love for each other that maybe they don't want to, maybe Ashley's no longer an option. Maybe Bill stays married to Haley and whatever happens, and then they just stay married. I think it's like a win-win.
I think if it's somebody else, it'll be okay. But I think if it's Bill and Ashley, because them seeing what the other person put, think about just as your friend, right? Okay. If you see one of your friends, they go back to an ex that destroyed them, hurt their self-esteem, hurt their confidence, you're going to be upset. Yeah. That's how they are. Plus they have soul ties. They sleeping with each other. That's why I think they're playing themselves in that aspect. See? I think if it's somebody else, if it's a stranger, let's say Carlton wakes up and gets some sense and wants Dani instead of Nicole, we know that ain't the case. But if it's anybody else, I just don't think if it's Bill and Ashley, they'll be fine with it.
Or they'll be able to be fine after.
Oh, I didn't. That hurt my soul to even think about that. I like Dani and Andre's friendship.
Yeah, me too. But you're saying that it's impossible for that situation to work out. But we'll see. Well, Bill is clearly bothered. He is bringing it into work, having his law firm look into the marriage licenses, making sure everything is legit. Haley is there, catches all of it, and you can see he is emotionally invested. Even at the end of that episode, he is like, where are the coming attractions, whatever it is, he is like, we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that this doesn't last, basically. So I mean,
man, if Dani First of all, respectfully, as we say, you saw how Haley looked?
Yeah.
And
Shout out to the upgrade in the wardrobe makeup budget, because Haley's outfit was cute last
And you
week.
mean to tell me as a man, you thinking about your ex-wife?
We couldn't even get it up.
Exactly. With Haley looking like that, like, dude, she took you from Dani because she was a pretty young thing. And then now you can't get it up. Yeah, Bill gone.
Yeah.
That marriage is over. I'm declaring it. It's not even, it's over. It is done.
I completely agree, because now Bill is realizing how much he already realized how much he missed Dani. And now he's like, oh shit, I really let this dynamic woman go. And she's actually calling some other man her husband. And that is somebody else's wife.
When you say that, it hurts. I think if Bill Hamilton heard you say those words, see, it's one thing to like think it in your head, but you hear it come out. But then also think about this. Haley's not doing herself any favors.
That's the thing. And we've been talking about Haley pushing him away for months now. All the other gatekeepers on Facebook have been talking about Haley's immature tactics are only going to, her trying to hold on so tight to Bill is only going to push Bill more into Dani's arms. She tried to reel him in again with the pregnancy sympathy. Oh man, I thought I was pregnant. I'm not anymore. I'm so sad. Come comfort me. And it's just like, girl, like now you're grasping at straws. He took you upstairs and he still couldn't get it up after that. So you might need to like put that pregnancy shit to like, you know, to rest, because he is stuck on his ex-wife Dani, and we love to see it. So speaking more into the feedback that people are having on this marriage, because now it's getting out there. As much as they try to keep a secret, it's getting out there. You got Andre getting calls from his friends, because you know he's world renowned, so he has friends that found out about the marriage, and he's trying to like you know talk people off the ledge, like I'm good, because it's so crazy that this playboy, you know, mysterious Andre got married, so he has to deal with that. Naomi, so we were wondering how the kids were going to react. Naomi comes, presses Andre, and basically it's just like, what is going on, because she knows the connection that her parents have, and like, this ain't gonna end well for you.
Yeah, she's talking to her new daddy.
Like, I'm like, is that her?
That's her stepdad.
Her cousin
so that would technically, yeah. Wait, because him and Jacob not related, right?
No,
they just look alike.
They just look very much alike.
Yeah, but see, you know, usually when you're a family that close, right? It's usually like, okay, that's my uncle's from marriage's niece, but we so cool because we at all the family gathers. So it's usually what happens is it's like the homeboys come around. Yo, you mess up? No, that's my uncle's niece. Can I talk? No, you can't. That's family. So it's like you not blood, but you blood. You not blood, but you family.
Right. It is. And even Bill was like, what did he say? He made a joke basically that it's kind of incestuous, their marriage.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit or whatever. Nicole little Andre as well, because again she knows what's up, and she's just like,
oh yeah, she's so bright, she knows how to maintain marriage.
I mean, she's the psychiatrist, so you know she should know, and she basically tells him like,
can't wait.
She brings it up like what everyone is saying to both Ashley, Dani, Andre, Bill, like what happened, like this is clearly everyone's preoccupied with each other, every relationship. What happens when Ashley becomes single? What are you gonna do?
I just love how nobody's giving Derek any hope.
Well, okay, so the thing with Derek, we can like pivot there, because a conversation that sticks out to me that happened last week is between Andre and Ashley, and them trying to convince each other how happy they are in their situations. And Ashley tells Andre that her and Derek are deliriously happy. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. No one uses that phrase to describe their situations. If there is any like point where it's like, okay, she fronting or forcing it, it is that statement. You want Andre to believe so badly. You want to convince yourself that you chose Derek purely for love, and that he is the man that's going to make you happy, because you know he's not.
Facts, you know, and she felt guilty, and the bottom line is he was safe. You know, I've seen this in situations before. The lady chooses the safe route, you know, because she knows at the end of the day, Derek's going to love her and worship the ground that she walks on, and he's going to bend, and bend till he can't bend no more.
Or pretend he can't bend. Because he really can. Because he's still hiding the fact that he got sensation in his legs. And it's just not going to work out because even when they try to make love, and I never use that phrase, but I don't want to think about them like even trying to get busy in the bedroom. But when Ashley and Derek go to make love, it's even difficult for him because if you truly, right, I never say that. Like if you are having sensation, a feeling in your body part, and you're going to have to try to act like you don't in a sexual situation, like it's just silly. And I love the scene where Jacob is at the hospital and him and Shanice are like, Jacob's like, how's Derek? And Shanice is like, I think you know how Derek. And then they kind of can see like, okay, and they both know like this is not going to end.
He's just an idiot. Like, and I've been trying to feel for Derek, but I ain't got no more.
We have no more sympathy for Eric. But back to
Eric. That's
Eric.
exactly
Derek.
Error.
Because that's really what you gotta say. Like when you think about him, I just think about that. Like look, like someone pointed it out on one of the gatekeepers on Facebook pointed it out how he always looks like lost and like nothing's going on behind his eyes. And I'm like, honestly, he does give off like the dumb jock, the dumb jock situation. So speaking of Jacob, this week he's been busy this week. He obviously is starting to feel a little suspicious about Doug's death because Jacob is such a good detective that he just knows that's something. So he starts asking questions. He starts questioning things. He talks to Ted because Ted and Doug go way back, and Ted is just like, him and Vanessa had an unconventional marriage. If he got drunk behind the wheel, it might or may not happen. Like no one's really feeding into like this possibly being more than like what it is. With Doug's death. Now, do you think Jacob is going to get anywhere with that? Do you think, because even Joey at this point is very confident that the truth behind Doug's death is not going to come out. He's able to convince Vanessa. He's able to convince the son. He puts on his ruse with the bartender that was supposedly serving him, and they do this like bit with Doug's watch. Do you think it's going to come out what happened to Doug? Yeah,
but not right now. It might honestly be about around holiday season. I just don't think it's going to happen too soon, but I do think this with Jacob. He's going to have to call Cousin Kat. Because we all know she's the best detective in the family.
She's definitely solved more crimes. So Jacob, tag her in, and then that's when the truth behind Doug's death will definitely come out. But Jacob also learns that Naomi is pregnant.
Oh, boy.
And I've talked about it on previous episodes, just relating to Naomi and Jacob wanting to be a couple that didn't have kids. It was stated early on in the show that that's just not what is in their future. They're public servants. They love their careers.
Greater good.
That is going to be what they treat as their baby in their lives. Now Naomi finds out she's pregnant. Jacob is over the moon, ecstatic. Naomi is not. Now, how did it feel watching that situation unfold? Being in like where, we may or may not have kids. There's always just like this question about it. But how did you feel watching like their complete opposite reactions?
Let me get some heat for this one. I felt uncomfortable because what I saw was a man who wasn't listening to his wife. The moment that she said, she's not happy, he wasn't listening. He was trying to do so much convincing. Even if he wanted the child, right? I'm not saying don't, like he should feel that he's wrong for wanting the child, maybe even wrong for changing his mind. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in that moment, he should have listened. It's still raw, it's still fresh. And it's like, okay, listen to her, then maybe y'all decide what's the next move. But that's what was so uncomfortable, that this man was not listening.
I agree. And I think what made me uncomfortable as well was him trying to convince her to change her mind in that moment. Now, even if that is what he wanted to do ultimately, because in the beginning of their marriage, maybe they both didn't want kids.
Right.
Could be true. Could it be true that he also changed his mind once he found out that she actually was, and it's a possibility? Maybe he changed his mind. That is an option too. But in that moment, I think he should have saved his monologue and her trying to convince her to a different moment.
Yeah.
Because now she's automatically like, my guard would have went up. if I was her. Because the thing is with men, like, it's so easy for y'all to say things like the things that he was saying. Like, it's easy for you to say all of these things. Like, you don't have a life growing inside of you.
Right.
So she's even still having to process the fact that this is happening to her and she never wanted it to happen. And you're wasting this time like trying to convince her that she should be happy about it. And now she also has to deal with the guilt of breaking your heart. And she said something to that effect, like, I feel so bad that, I'm crushing your dream. And that's really unfortunate. So I really hope that this doesn't get in the way of their marriage, because we always felt like, and said on previous episodes, we do relationship deep dives on Beyond the Gates, so check those out. And we said, like, are they going to be the one stable couple of the show?
Yeah.
Because there's also a lot of gatekeepers on Facebook that complain that there aren't enough stable couples. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about the outcome of their relationship?
This is a make or break. Right now, what we're seeing is a make or break. Because if they can't recover from this, I could see this easily going opposite direction. And then unfortunately we may see years later where he's got somebody else and he's got the family and the kids and she's got the thriving career and then they be having affairs with each other. But you just never know. But right now, this is crucial. And I feel like these next 2 weeks are going to set us up and how we're going to see how their relationship goes for the next years to come.
I agree. Other relationships that made a step backwards is Martin and Smitty. I thought they were getting closer together. They're having dinner, and so does Smitty. And Martin is basically like, I'm tired of the back and forth. Yeah. Like we're sleeping together, but then I have to sleep on the couch. The kids can't know that we're sleeping together again, and we don't know. We're still kind of playing this game. And I respect Martin being like, I can't do that anymore. So you know what? I think I should just leave the apartment, and then once you figure out what you really want, we can go back. And Smitty's shock just shows you like you liked controlling the situation. You liked kind of having Martin where you wanted to keep him until you was ready. And now this is that wake up call. And Martin is a good ass politician because he literally reverse psychology Smitty. Smitty is now no longer in control of the situation. Martin is. But
also, I think it's also beyond control. For once, I'm going to say Martin wasn't playing his politician card. I'm going to say that Martin was feeling hurt. He was feeling devastated. But he had to take control of his life and take control of his emotions. And in order to do that, he needed to step away and show Smitty, let me show you what life would really be like without me when I'm not begging for you to come back. And in that moment, this is what's going to bring them back together.
I hope so. And I think it will. I think now Smitty's going to say what we've all been saying, like, okay, bro, like, it's time to, like, get over it. It's time to move on.
It's been worse things out there, especially with these couples.
And also that family has been through numerous crises since the whole reason why Smitty even kicked Martin out the house in the fucking first place. So I hope that means that we see a reconciliation in Smitty and Martin's household. Nicole, she's getting closer to Carlton. I think she's finally letting her guard down. They've been kissing.
You celebrating this?
I think that she is entitled to get some. Like
you celebrate. He's
tall, he's chocolate, he's successful. Like he understands the value of Nicole, and she needs to have a little bit of fun.
Nicole know who she is. That's the reason why she's not with Ted. The problem is that that's supposed to be his so-called best friend.
But also, I
mean, she had her eye on him all this time?
No, maybe not. Maybe she wants a little fling. Like this is the thing. Like.
Wow.
Sometimes a fling can be just a quick little fling. Like, that doesn't mean
not with
more.
So here's the thing. This is the problem. Because first and foremost, Carlton is wrong and needs to have hands put on him.
Yeah.
If
that's what's making me not respect the new Ted.
You see? Yeah. If Ted, he got all these connections, he need to put hands up. He want to keep his hands clean, right? The fact is that he was his best friend. So you've been around. And then, so that make me look at Nicole because it's like how easily he was able to get in there. So it's like,
well,
you had curiosity.
But she's moving slower than any other woman would with Carlton. Because they went out on, I don't even know if we said that they were dates, but I don't think they were dates. I think they were just like having meals and he was like checking on her.
Why?
They didn't.
She ain't got no male friends?
Like recently.
Maybe
not. But okay, but let's think about it. I think about everything Nicole has to deal with. With that one mistake that Ted made.
Yep.
Everything Nicole had to suffer. hiring Eva as her assistant.
Yep.
Having to deal with Leslie all the fucking time. Having Leslie take her out of her character, put hands on her. Like, she has to Leslie moving across the street from her parents' house. So maybe it feels good kissing that nigga's best friend.
Two negatives. I mean, just because negative times negative equal positive don't mean two wrongs make a right. Nicole is wrong in this situation.
Let's let Nicole feel good. She can't follow every fucking rule all the time.
No, but she out here criticizing Dani for sleeping with Andre.
That's what big sisters do.
But she in the wrong for this one. I don't like it. Nicole, she drops points with me on the unofficial Brian H. Waters Loving Them Gates ranking character-wise. She drops a lot of points. Just like Eva did last week.
Yeah. I mean, you do make some good points.
I made a lot of good points.
But I'm always going to be team woman. I'm always going to be team Nicole in this.
You can be team woman, but call her out for her bullshit. Right.
So you know what I think would have helped Ted?
So
is
you
like
if
he would have put hands on Carlton, then I think Nicole would have been like, ooh, okay.
You really think so? I don't think so.
I'm just gonna be
Remember,
that person
she got
that's always gonna be like, how has Ted not put hands on him?
Yes, thank you. Now I agree with that, but I think she went to the point where she was just like, remember, she started feeling bad for him that he done so much dumb stuff
and that's
that I can't even. Oh, he slept with Leslie. Like, and granted, he didn't know how close. Like, he had just started. Like, if it was a glass wall, he had put a dent in it, right?
So you talked about Eva. You mentioned her. How Nicole went down on your ranking.
Remember, Eva was my number one.
She was because she did have the sympathy
factor. She was becoming a boss. She was out here creating new programs that even the old girl had to understand. She was taking life by the throat. Life was dishing her lemons, and she was making lemonade only to make sour lemons.
But if you think about it, when she was starving that way, it was when she cut her mother off. But then once her mother came back in her life, Eva actually taking love advice, relationship advice from Leslie Thomas, like that's when she completely lost it. Like, I understand, I always defended her, supporting her mom, because that is a very difficult position to be in. But once you go to her willingly for fucking relationship advice, taking somebody else's man, how did that work out for Leslie? And you going to her for advice. And then we see it in the preview that she continues to go to her mom for advice over Tomas. So, Eva and Tomas finally do the deed. He's helping her move shirtless.
Yeah, because he's so desirable. Come
on. So, we actually did a deep dive on Kat's character.
Yep.
Right after
that episode.
So we're not going to go too much into the whole Kat Eva Tomas situation, because we do go into it in detail in that deep dive, linked in the description. But they finally do the deed, and Kat catches them. But what I feel most bad about with this situation is it's two things. One, it's I guess Kat kind of deserved this, but it was in the moment that Kat was going to apologize to Eva and finally be
something
friends.
I have been waiting for.
And we all been waiting for that moment, because we just knew it would give Kat so much peace of mind. And this is what she walks in on. And it's not even like Tomas and Eva had an affair and Kat just happens to catch them. It's just like Kat's luck. Like, you happen to go over to Eva's house the one moment
the first time
after they have sex. This nigga is getting out of the fucking shower. And that scene between the three of them, the women in that scene and the aftermath, I just got to give it to Kobe Muhammad and
Amber Michelle.
Yes, like, you ladies really killed that scene. But what was your reaction to the dressing down? Because Kat definitely dressed the fuck down. Eva said some things. Things were said. It
took me to wrestling. When you have two combatants, I'll say, like a promo battle between The Rock and John Cena, where you've been waiting for these two to go at it back and forth. And it was like haymaker after haymaker. They've been saying everything they've been wanting to say for the past few months. I refuse to say who won.
Right.
Because they were both, like, everything was said. Valid points were made. And, I just wish it could have been made without Eva taking her clothes off. Like, I really lost respect for Eva because of the fact, like, not even that's your sister's boyfriend. Yes, but I also lost respect because she lost respect for herself.
Right.
When Tomas made his choice and said, "Oh, Kat," because he was telling Eva like, "Yeah, I think it's just me and you are more compatible. I'm gonna break it off with I'm gonna
saying everything that."
And then he flipped it, and then she said, "No, you don't deserve me. You don't deserve my time." And then she still went ahead and did it. I would have even respected her as much as I hate to say it. I would have respected if she would have just used it just to get a nut off. Like, I'm gonna just do it.
And then kick his ass right
out. The
out.
fact that you sat up there and really thought this dude cared about you. And then I'm glad it finally hit her like, oh shit, I'm just like my mother. Because a lot of times you think like, wait a minute. You in it, and then it hits you like, oh. And I've had that happen to me in real life. Like, I be sitting there and I think about something and I'm like, oh shoot, I really duplicated this situation.
And she realized she was a big dummy. And Tomas, and I felt so bad. And that was the other part I felt bad about. One, Kat, the circumstances that Kat walked in on, but then also Eva believing that this meant that they were now going to be together and that Tomas was not going to be with Kat. And him immediately too, like as soon as Kat left, he was like, yeah, I shouldn't have been impulsive. We shouldn't have did that. It was a mistake. I'm gonna holler at you. And Eva's like, okay, well, you just needed me to like boost up your ego real quick. And he said, yeah.
I wanted somebody to put hands on.
And
I wish Martin.
I talk about it numerous times.
Because I don't think Martin a clown. I don't think he a bitch.
No, I don't think he a bitch either. But Tomas would have got punched in his face.
Yeah.
If I was fucking Kat
both of them
and Eva, he would have got punched in his fucking face. And then I would have kicked him out of my house. I
want somebody to put hands on him. I know. You know what though? Real talk. I want him to lose his career. Right. I want him to lose that.
He's not gonna lose his career. That's the sad part because we already see that Kat is willing to forgive him.
And so is Eva.
I mean, I'm sorry.
No, both you hit it right.
You think Eva's gonna forgive him too?
Looking at the previews.
Oh yeah, but look who she's listening to. Her fucking dumbass mother telling her not to give up, fight for your man, blah blah blah. And at one point, I did think Tomas and Kat were compatible, but once Tomas showed who he was, and that no matter what, he's gonna choose Kat because he cares about his status. That's when she should have known.
You've been saying that though before. You said he was a fuckboy.
We're definitely going to do a deep dive on Tomas's character because I have been suspicious of him since day one. That fucking dead look that he be having. Like, oh my God.
I'm going to figure you out. I'm going to figure out what you. You're going to know it.
God,
that was so cringe.
But Chelsea, I will say, was giving Kat the real. Yeah. Like, he clearly doesn't love you. He clearly wanted to always fuck Eva. There are a million men in the sea, but Kat is like, no.
You know what? That woke Chelsea up. Like, she been in this, this post-Allison partum, and I'm not trying to make fun of the situation, but it's been bothering her. But, like, this brought her back to Fairmount Gates. Like, no, I got to say, my favorite cousin. Yep. We talk about the closeness and how much we love their bond, Kat and Chelsea Kat, because it's like, that's how first cousins should be. They're your first, like you see those memes that say your first friends. And so this woke her up like, whoa, it was like kind of like she got pushed back in reality, like, because somebody's fucking with her Kat and she don't like it.
And I'm very surprised at Kat wanting to forgive him, but then I'm not, because we talked about it before, where Kat and Tomas is going to be like that rich couple, married couple, like with all the status in the world. He's going to become the next Bill Hamilton, let's say, and they're going to be miserable together, but they're going to want to save face so bad. He's going to want to keep the status. She's going to want to, in the core of her being, she didn't lose Tomas to Eva. Like, she's going to take Tomas back, and in her mind, she still won. And I really hate that for Kat because I think she deserves much better, but I would not be surprised if that's what her marriage ends up becoming and what her relationship
and it's her first.
And that's her first.
She needs somebody to come rock her world.
That's the thing, but I don't know if she's ever going to let them.
Nah.
And that's
our girl Chelsea got her. Yeah, Chelsea got her. I'm telling you, Chelsea gonna make sure she got the connects.
Got a lot of connects and a lot of experience that she could teach her cousin for sure. Speaking of Kat, Chelsea, they did launch Chelsea Kat first line via live stream. They had the designer of the purses on the live stream as well, and then you see the purse line is a success.
And shout out to Samantha too for getting to do production work behind the scenes.
That was awesome. It was a really good moment for them because we've been hearing about this purse line since the show. Like that was the dream, and they were able to accomplish that dream. So I'm very excited about that. And we also see Chelsea move forward in her trauma with Allison because Allison tries to call into the live.
And why does she do that? Because
she persuaded a cop or something to give her phone. What is with this fucking police station? Like, y'all are fucking suck. How is this girl able to get back on social media to stalk the person that she stalked on social media? Like, I'm so confused. Like, how does this happen? But I'm very proud that Chelsea was like, I needed that. And now I know she no longer scares me. So I see Chelsea finally moving forward. Mm-hmm. It was very exciting. It was a fun week.
It was, man. Oh man. In June, she was back. You know, she's starting to get a little healthy now.
She getting healthy because she's looking at the man.
Yeah, and so she realized that that's her kid's granddaddy. That is their granddaddy.
But I'm glad that this means a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot for June. And of course, Naomi and Jacob are right there for everything.
That's the baby. They don't need no children.
Exactly. They taking care of June as. But she is getting healthy, and I love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm glad we got to see Vanessa's son. Got to see a little bit more of her world.
Are you scared for him?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Because he was able to persuade him,
mm-hmm.
With the watch and stuff like that. So I think he knows, like, there's nothing there. And there's no need for me to go back to this casino.
You really think so? Kids are inquisitive. Because I think...
Unless something else comes up.
I think he'll tell his sister. Remember, they're twins.
Yeah.
You know better. That twin instinct.
That's true. The twins will be like, that don't sound
And then
right.
with one person may say, and then the other one be like, and then, yeah. And that ain't wait, because I'm interested when they bring the sister in.
Right. And they still have to have the funeral and all of that kind of stuff. And we're
gonna have to pour one up for Doug.
I'm team Vanessa and Joey, so I just want whatever happens for them.
Oh, on the wrong equation.
A couple again.
So are you team? Because I got to go back to this because this don't sit right with me. You really team Joey Armstrong and Vanessa after all of this?
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Why not just be team Vanessa?
I am always team Vanessa.
But Joey,
I like them together. I want to see how they can make that twisted shit work.
Okay. Eventually, Karma's coming to collect. And I can't wait.
My thing is, if Karma hasn't hit Leslie, then it ain't going to hit Joe. Because this girl, she has yet to lose. This girl is now rich. Like,
yeah, and we still don't know who her father is.
Right.
Oh.
So many more mysteries to uncover.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be here every week.
Every week. Shout out to consistency. That's an insider.
That is an insider.
Final thoughts.
Maybe
we won't go home for real now.
We are gonna go home for real now. I cannot wait to see how this Tomas and Kat thing unfolds because I want to know, because I know girls like her. They gonna be together forever.
Yeah. See, it's like too. Like Eva put her hair up. She knew what she was doing. It's like not to say she wasn't attractive, but she was like, "No, let me give him a different look." See, the secret about being a man is you can have like one woman, but multiple because y'all change y'all looks up. See, with us most of the time, unless you got hair like me, but most of the time it's a shape up, haircut, boom. Love you more. But you might have your hair down, you might have your hair in a ponytail, you might have your hair out, you might have braids. It's like, man, okay, who I got today? And so she showed Tomas somebody different. He couldn't help himself, but he really could.
That's why Leslie got the wigs.
Just like her mother. I ain't got no more words. Just what? I want to know, what do people want us to do deep dives on? Shout out to all the YouTube people, the comments. I don't want to call out names and miss people, but if you feel, if you found what your name was being out there, let us know.
Keepers that are tuning in our videos, please continue leaving those comments. Please hit that subscribe button. If you are in a Facebook group with Loving Them Gates, let it be known that you watch our show every week. Like
YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. You can watch it on there.
You can listen to this podcast,
and people will be on TikTok. You got to catch the TikTok and Blue Sky, because there's some people out there. I post the link on my Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's cleaner than X, but they're the X keepers too.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, look, we go post the links and all Threads. How can we forget? I will give a shout out to our homie Andre. He from the wrestling world, and he be in the streets with us.
Wrestling and soap operas.
Yeah,
are like sometimes they go.
Yeah, like I said, you introduced me to Andre up in the New York scene, but yeah, he be tuning in, and he be, we be talking Gates right on Threads. So shout out to everybody who in this with us.
Yes, we will see you next week.